grew up watching my grandmother write. She would always be writing at the table with no desire to be a published author, just loved the passion of writing. So I grew up around writing. I was one of those people who was afraid of writing. I thought I couldn't write. And here I am, teaching writing in English. Never thought I would be doing that. I was a chem major. I graduated with a chemistry degree and went back later to LSU to get a Master of Fine Arts in Creative Writing. So it was not a direct path. I still have a fear. Every time I go to that computer and stare at an empty screen, it's that fear. Is it going to come out of me? You know, what am I going to say? So I can relate to my students in that way.
The Southern Association of Colleges and Schools, Commission on Colleges, SAC-COC, is one of several regional accrediting bodies in the United States. BRCC is a relatively young institution. We applied for candidacy with SAC-COC in 2001. We achieved our initial accreditation in 2004, and we attained full accreditation in 2009. It doesn't stop there. Every 10 years, we have to reaffirm our accreditation. Very, very critical to accreditation and reaffirmation of accreditation are the principles on institutional effectiveness. Do we do what we say that we're going to do? And how well do we do it? The second is the quality, and it's the Quality Enhancement Plan.
The QEP process involves getting in touch with all the stakeholders. And that means that the internal stakeholders, the students, the faculty, the staff, as well as those external community partners.
This process started 3 years ago with a survey, trying to find out from faculty, staff, and students what they thought BRCC could do as an institution to improve learning and to improve the learning environment.
The QEP steering committee went out and did some focus groups and talked to advisory boards and sent out surveys, and they narrowed down on 3 specific topics.
Those were developmental education, first-year student success, and advising. And so we took that to the QEP steering committee and the leadership, and they would look down to the developmental education. And we have several interventions going on already in the school addressing math, so we decided to look at the other counterpart in our DevEd, which is English.
They were bouncing around some ideas about interventions, and a co-requisite model, or accelerated learning plan it's called in some schools, came up. The co-requisite model is allowing students to enter the college level gateway English 1013 class their first semester when they might otherwise not be able to do that.
It started to come together around the right path to success. The right path, W-R-I-T-E, path to success. It is very discouraging to students to find that they have to take more than one developmental course before they can get to the college level work. So the right path, helping students to get through that process a little bit quicker by being able to take a developmental and the first college level class in that first semester.
What's unique about the right path to success is that students stay in the same space, the courses are back to back, they're in both courses as a cohort to learn together.
We took this to the English faculty and said, hey, we think we've got something, we think this might be something that might be the thing, and would you all feel like taking on the challenge? And you could feel the enthusiasm and energy in the room just rise.
Words are important. It's the foundation of everything. And you have to be able to create words no matter what job you're on, whether you want to be a nurse, a doctor.
Whether they're going to be going into STEM, something humanities, whether they're planning on going right into the workforce, they need to be able to communicate ideas clearly to other people who might not have the same knowledge that they do, that might not have the same background that they do. Getting people to recognize their own voice, helping them understand that they all have a unique style, and that's worth cultivating.
We all know what their potential is. We just have to tap into it and bring it out. And yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that because I've seen some amazing things happen with developmental writing students. That's why I love teaching. The development of writing has been a passion of mine for many years. So to see it take this route now, that's very groundbreaking. I'm excited that they developed the program here.
It's a smaller class size, there's more personalized attention. Students can actually get to know one another in a cohort that we would see as being a very familiar learning environment.
Everything is contextualized, so it's not here are these skills that you're going to use next semester, it's here are the skills that you are currently employing in a class that you're taking.
We know from comparable programs around the country that if you provide those students with some extra support and they take that class at the same time as the college level class, that they have a better chance of being successful in the college level class.
And they will be able to move on to take the courses they really want to take.
We want to make it a project that's sustainable. We want to make it a project that's measurable so that we can see if we had an impact on the institution in a positive way.
We'll know how well it works. We will know the experiences of our students. We will know if the support that we provided was enough or if we need to do something differently.
We want to help students identify what their path is in life, what they want to be about.
I love to see their discovery, their growth, their excitement.
The process and the product have been deliberately and intentionally and carefully thought out and planned, and I think we're going to have a successful model.